Hi, I would like to share my experience how I improved and modified the Ameritron AL-811 power amplifier. My call number is call sign is KD2MVY. My name is Alex. This is my equipment here. Here's a 3000 DX FT DX3000 and amplifier. The original amplifier had only 3 tubes for output, 811A tubes. So I added one more tube, just adding an additional socket here, and buying from DX Engineering the tube, new tube, and added 2 resistors, 200 ohms each. In parallel, they give me 100 ohms, like original resistor has. And in parallel they will be 100 also, and more powerful for watts instead of 3 that originally required. It doesn't matter, I just didn't have 3 watt resistors. And also I added capacitors, the same kind like this, but different kind 500 volts, and coil, just made exactly the same coil like this. And this was spare place here for plate that can handle circuit for 4 811A tubes. Originally it was only 3 circuits, so I added one more and move plate caps just around so they fit properly and shorter distance each tube. And this is added one more tube, so I put wire here, this I made myself, this ceramic plate cover, and the other tube goes there. So in addition, after I replaced these tubes, I added one more tube. I have, instead of 500 watt, which was here on my meter, now I have 700 with additional tube, 700 watts output. With ground plane antenna, you can see I used a flagpole, 5 meters, actually it's 7.5 meters, and I used only 5 because a lower pipe I didn't use. I isolated it from upper antenna pipes. So it's a quarter wave, 5 meters. It will be quarter wave for 20 meter band. So I have, with this antenna, I have, and with additional tube installed, I have 700 watts on my SVR meter. Also, it's very important to remove these components because they useless. This choke, I uninstalled it, and it was a capacitor from filament to ground. I removed it also, 68 picofarads. It's even not on schematic here. So it's just consume extra input power and doesn't allow all power to go through amplifier. So uninstall these components. So also I removed this cable that goes from pi circuit. Originally it was this cable was installed here, coax cable. I removed it and installed better cable with a higher quality. So this cable also should go away and install the better cable. To achieve, to get a 10 meter band working on auxiliary, mode, I removed this jumper. Nobody explained it, and how to do it. There is jumper from circuit. You can see it on rear. From X1 to X2. It was jumper, a green wire. I removed it completely, unsoldered it from behind. There is a cover you can open, unsolder it, and remove this jumper. This way you can have 10-meter bend. You can use 10-meter bend. Also, it was very awkward ALC potentiometer, ALC adjustment potentiometer. It was in rear, so I put it so that I can use this shaft and adjust ALC from front. It's very more convenient when you adjust AC, because you have only two hands, not three or more, to do adjustments. So now it's in front. It's very easy to remove. Drill the hole here, drill the hole here, and just turn it around. And I use a 10K resistor. Install new resistor and new wires, so connected to this potentiometer. So now it's very good improvement. When I installed the additional tube, I removed all sockets from existing tubes. All sockets. I took it off and found that one grid connection was not soldered at all. It was just touching a screw. So all connections should be checked when you get this amplifier. Otherwise, eventually you will have very bad failure of your amplifier and won't be able to fix it. In addition, in each filament circuit, you should install GDT. It's stands for gas discharge tubes. This white small component, from two on each tube. They protect your transmitter in case if something happened with tube. If something discharged through plate anode to the grid. So make sure that every grid connections properly grounded. And instead of spacers, they used, when a screw goes through and have nut underneath, if you tighten it too much, you can crack the socket. So I took them out and installed better spacers with thread on bottom and thread on top. So, and the ground lock have better connections with chassis. So probably it's that's it what I did with all improvement. In addition, you should install additional fan here, because the fan in rear, it's not sufficient enough to cool all tubes, even 3 tubes. With 4 tubes you need additional fan. So I drilled a hole in this cover and use computer fan and connected, made a connector here, and also I use the additional 12 volts DC power supply. I can connect it from AC circuit from these fuses, and the wire from this additional power supply go to this fan connector on side. So air blows through from amplifier outside. So make sure that air goes out, not in. And it's important then that you use this right side of amplifier for fan. Don't install it on left side near tubes, because you can damage tubes if they will be cooled down too much, because they become very hot. And fan should be installed on right side, so air goes through all amplifier, blows through entire amplifier and goes away from your amplifier. So this is important to install additional fan. Even if you use 3 tubes, with 4 tubes you definitely need an additional fan. The fan they have in rear, it's not sufficient enough to cool your amplifier. And don't forget, discharge everything before you do anything, because it's very dangerous high voltage. I was electrocuted even when power was off. I electrocuted a little bit. And make sure that voltage, when you check voltage, make sure that it's zero with switch set to high voltage. Make sure that it shows 0, then you can do any work inside of amplifier. It's very dangerous little high voltage. That's it. This is my antenna outside. I used a ground. I used a pole bought from Amazon. It's very high reliable aluminum pipes. I don't buy cheap one, because cheap one can bend and fall down. And this is very good quality. I had yesterday I had very high wind, and it's withstanded. Even it's not goes deep to the ground. I used satellite dish equipment, flip it over and use it to insert the pipe. And also I use PVC pipes to isolate a lower pipe from upper pipes, so that upper pipes use as an antenna, and lower pipe used for just for supporting antenna. So that's it. Again, my call sign is KD2MVY. I hope this improvement and modification of amplifier will help you, and make sure that all connections are good, because when they made this amplifier, they don't do soldering well. So to avoid your amplifier failure in the future, you should check most of connections and clean residue from circuits, because there's a lot of residue from soldering left over. Use alcohol to clean it and brush it away. Good luck, and I hope will be good.